Yes. Now, I might piss some people off, but it's my opinion, so, deal with it. But it essentially boils down to pantsing versus plotting. And the mark of an experienced writer, especially one that has worked on sequels, is someone that plots. Now, I'm not saying there aren't people that can't plot. There is, but they are largely few and far between, and a lot of people, when they're first starting off, like to fancy themselves as pantsers, but there's a middle ground in between that naturally evolves. And you need some structure, unless you're just one of those few individuals that can write it all from their head. Which, I did that with my first book, and it's fine, it's well and good, but it is far below the best quality that I can produce. And one of the reasons I struggled so much with the sequel is because I didn't have a concrete story structure set up for where the series was going to go. So be as meticulous as you can stand to be and plot out all the chapters and everything that happens, each one of the scenes. And then it's pretty hard to not know where you're going if half the story's already written. And as it comes down to motivating yourself to write, a lot of the times you just gotta start. But for that, there's certain writing exercises you can do, like go find a random picture on the internet. So if you're lacking motivation for your work in progress, just put it aside, write a random one-page story about a random picture you find like this. What's the story behind this dog? Is he filing his taxes, plotting world domination, or writing a love story about him and his ball? Doesn't have to be good, doesn't have to make sense. You can edit a blank page, so, just write. And also, you need to disassociate good ideas. Because ideas are a dime a dozen, especially the further you get into your career, and an idea is only worth $1 million when it makes $1 million. Just quickly jot it down in a notebook, see if it can apply to your current story or not, and if it doesn't, put it on the back burner. But for the most part, kind of ignore anything that doesn't move the plot forward. Your goal, as much as us authors might love our babies, which I never understood because I've read my book hundreds of times, I fucking hate my work, but it's besides the point. Your whole goal is to just get a product out there into the market. And then sell it so you can write the next one. And as you get established and write multiple books, it gets really easy to hone in with an idea and sort of stick with it. And the motivation is just, it's going to have to be forced because very often you're not going to feel motivated to do it. But sometimes the days where you force yourself to anyway are your best writing days.